Hey crafters! Well, I am back at the Goodwill Bins. I haven't been to this Goodwill outlet bins location since last year. And a lot of you guys know, and a lot of you guys do the bins all the time. Oh my gosh, the bins are quite an experience. Oftentimes donated items maybe that didn't sell at the retail store, or maybe things that weren't able to be sorted in time, or excesses of different things, they will get spread out on these long tables, kind of these kind of bin, covered in bins, and people dig through the bins and find treasure. I think clothing is oftentimes sold by the pound, unless you have like a specialty item or a really heavy item, and then they might do a flat charge for that. There can be household items as well. You don't know what you're gonna find. It can also be a little crazy because other people are there and they're trying to dig through stuff. You know, people who resell items and things will often come check out the bins. So it can be a little high pressure, a little crazy. I'm rolling up my sleeves today and I'm going back because the last time I went, I found a number of clothing items that were actually in really great shape. Some have fit into my wardrobe better than others, you know, because that's how it goes. But I also found a number of items for projects and thrift flipping. So I'm back to try to find us some new material, new project stuff to get inspired with. So I'll try to show you at least a little bit of footage from the excitement inside, and then of course take things home, show you what I found, and hopefully we'll get ourselves a few projects to work on. All right, let's grab a shopping bag and our hand sanitizer and head on inside. Okay guys, here's the haul today. Let's load it up into the car and I'll tell you what I found. Alright guys, I am back. I didn't spend as long today as I have in the past, and I definitely didn't find as many clothing pieces as I've found in the past. I guess every trip is different. You never know what you're gonna find. I think every Goodwill bin is different. That's what I've heard anyway. Yeah, like there just wasn't as much this time. I think they were changing the bins less regularly. There were a lot of people. I was here like kind of later morning. I think I got here like 9:30. And so there were a lot of people. I was trying to avoid the rush, though, when they like just opened, so that's fine. Yeah, I found a few clothing items, like kind of like jacket, sweater kind of thing. Might work for me, might work for family members. We'll see. I did get more linens this time than I have before. Like I found a vintage sheet, like a floral print sheet, which I may end up use the fabric from. We'll see. I also got like a really cute like flannel sheet with some pillowcases. It's a little worn. Might end up using that fabric or not. We'll see. I did get 2 wool sweater vests and then a wool sweater. All of those were vintage and they're not in great shape, but you know what we can do with those. I mean, we can wash them in the washing machine, shrink the fabric down, and then use that felted wool for projects. So more projects there, some project potential with the linens. Definitely a few things we can work on. Oh, did find a vintage dress that I don't know if we'll be able to fix its many stains because it is super stained. We'll see. This trip, they definitely were more organized with some of their housewares and decor. They had some shelving set up for those, and that was really cool because the things in the bins tend to get all jumbled and kind of broken and stuff, but the shelving was really nice. I did get like a few little like decor-y bits and bobs, little Easter eggs kind of. And then I found like a favorite DVD, you know, that was kind of cool. Nothing else really struck my fancy, but I did appreciate how much work it must be to like organize all of that, and I thought that was really nice. So I have used hand wipes. I need to get home and wash a lot of laundry. Might take a shower as well, and I'll show you, later on down the line here what I decide to do with some of this stuff. I think there's definitely a little crafty potential. So I'll see you later. Well, here is our haul from the Goodwill Bins. Everything has been nicely washed, so I think it's time to take a peek at what we found. It was mostly clothing and some linens. However, I did find some DVDs. Oh my gosh. I definitely did not expect to find this at the bins, for sure. And I will say, I love all the movie versions of Pride and Prejudice, but I love this one best. Sorry to anybody who disagrees. I love the historical accuracy. I love how long it is. I love the cast. Anyway, I love it, and I found it, which is fantastic. My sister doesn't have a copy of this one, so that's going to be going to her. Very exciting. And now we've got to take a look at some of the clothes and some of the linens. So let's do that. Okay, let's talk wearable clothing first. Honestly, I didn't find a lot, but I do really like this LL Bean sweater. It's kind of a long drapey sweater. Could be nice for fall. The athletic jacket is probably a little bit too long in the sleeves and tall in the body for me, but it might fit a family member, and I just thought it was cute. I really like the green. We also found a 1970s dress, which really surprised me because I don't find vintage 1970s stuff very often at just normal Goodwill. So find one at the bins was kind of cool. Let's take a look at everything up close. Okay, got our sweater, got our jackets. Very nice. Oh boy, we gotta talk 70s. Look at those sleeves! That's amazing! She is definitely polyester. And full length, at least on me. There were lots of stains on here, guys, which may be why she had ended up in the bins. But I did get some spray and wash and then some Power Dawn dishwashing liquid that a viewer had recommended that I try using some of that for stain removal. So I used a little bit of that along with the spray and wash. I treated it twice and then washed it with Woolite twice as well. And you really can't see the stains anymore, which totally surprised me because there were quite a number on the front and there were a whole bunch on the sleeve. Not sure how that happened, but thankfully they're mostly gone. So we've got a pretty fantastic 70s dress or nightgown. Is it a nightgown or is it a dress? It is a little bit sheer. You definitely have to wear a slip under it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Nightgown, dress, both? What is this? It is pretty fabulous either way, and just pretty excited to find it. All right, our next category is woolen items. And you can tell, guys, I have washed them and dried them a couple times to shrink them on purpose. And of course, you guys know, once we shrink and dry that wool, we've got this really nice unraveling material that we can work with. We could do crafts, we could make beanies. I did that last year, actually the year before. I made hats out of felted sweaters, and they were so fun to make. So every time I see wool sweaters at, say, the bins or a rummage sale or a garage sale, I like to snap them up. But I know we can make something even better, give these guys a new life. Let's take a look up close. Well, this one is just kind of amazing. I think it might be from the 80s, ladies and gentlemen. That's the vibe I'm getting. It's from Club Room. Oh, lovely. Of course, this is really cool. This is a very cool pattern. I think we can definitely do something with it. It's a little itchy and it's definitely kind of thick, but it's so cool. When I bought the sweater, the buttons had been removed. So, interesting. Okay, now these vests. What? So nice. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, it's Pebble Beach. Lovely. This one does feel really nice. It's not too thick. It's a little bit softer, I think, than the chonky sweater. And I really like this cuff down here. I think that could be a really nice cuff on a beanie or something else. Oh, now this one is a little older. Look at these tags. Oh my gosh, isn't that awesome? So we've got one that's made in England. And I guess it was sold Santa Cruz. Oh, I actually really love those tags. My sister had a great idea. She suggested that whatever I make out of the sweater, I could re-add one of those tags back to the inside. I think that would be very cool. Well, you guys, honestly, the sleeper hit of the day was the linens. I actually saw lots of sheets, many of them 100% cotton, some bedspreads that were in really great shape. But then, oh my goodness, when I found this leaf print flannel sheet with pillowcases, I got really excited because it's so cute. It's so fallish. Now, I don't really need this size sheet, so I'm thinking that perhaps a family or friend may need it. It has been suggested to me that I could also make something with the fabric, so I'm gonna consider that. However, this color scheme isn't the best on me, and it has pillowcases, so I feel like that would just be the cutest thing on a bed. I can't believe it still had the pillowcases with it. So, however, oh my goodness, our vintage sheet here to the left. Wow. It is cotton. And I've noticed a couple of places with some stains, but overall it seems to be in pretty great shape. It's a little bit sheer, but I love the colors, and there's so much fabric. I'm pretty sure we could make something pretty amazing out of that sheet. So stay tuned for that. That's definitely something we need to work on because I think that could be incredible. And of course, if you guys get behind thrifting or flipping or whatever, secondhand shopping, some of your favorite things, give this video a thumbs up. And consider subscribing for more fun stuff from Partners in Craft. We'd love to have you along for more adventures. Okay, I got to put an outfit together, and I'll show you what it looks like.